Hi, everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Texas Longhorns taking on the UConn Huskies.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the passion, the energy, I mean, the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how the love for the game of basketball in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
Here are the five for Texas. They've got Turner. Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then there's Doherty, and it's Ford in at the 4 spot. Now here's Doherty. And the pass to Edwards. They set the screen. Pass to Turner. Kicks it out to Ellis. This one for 3. Huskies with the rebound. Here is Day. Pass to Freak. Launches it. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Freak's got 7 points.
Wow. What a first half it's been thus far here for Freak. This is why so many think he'll be a star at the next level.
And you can take all the measurements and do all the data analytics you want to, but all it takes is one half of watching Freak play when he's hot like this to know stardom is in his future.
Here is Edwards following the basket by Freak. Shot clock at 5. Ford, no luck.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
And the shot is long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Edwards with it. Ellis outside. To halt the run, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Longhorns shooting their first foul shots of the night here. And the Huskies going with a whole new group. Texas trails by 6. Freak, he's in at shooting guard, and it's Day in at the point. Ellis kicks to Turner, over to the left wing. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Good. The Texas Longhorns have been building their basketball program over the years. They have been on the verge of greatness for a long time.
I think Texas in general is very decorated in its athletics program. I mean, still looking for their first college basketball.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And for the Huskies, Freak in at shooting guard, and it's Day in at the point guard.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
And so here's Texas. It's a 5-point game. Ellis outside. Clock at 6. A leaner. That's good on the jump shot.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
The Longhorns have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And he can't hit the second. The Huskies leading by 3. There's the dish to Freak. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Oh, stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
You know, you don't like the foul, but if the alternative is giving up a dunk, it's an easy choice to make. I think it sets a tone for your defense around the rim. Make them earn it.
The Huskies making a switch here. Reed's checked in, and Texas with a change here too. Blair's checked in, and both free throws good from Freak.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And Rush kicks to Davis. Dishes it to Hudson. The feed to Blair. Hudson the pass to Rush. Now here's Blair. On the wing, Davis. And Blair kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Richmond. Good if it goes. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. UConn leads by 5. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the second half of college hoops underway. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish control. If Freak can get hot, his team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
On the court for the Longhorns, Edwards is out there with Ellis. Then it's Turner. Then there's Doherty, and it's Ford in at the power forward.
No doubt one of the most highly touted players on the floor is Freak. His abilities out on the wing are just phenomenal, and he is one of the few players that can dominate from that position.
And Greg, it takes a special talent to be able to control the game from the perimeter, but Freak is that kind of player. I mean, he can hurt you in so many different ways when he's left one-on-one with the defender, and he's comfortable pulling up or attacking the basket.
And Doherty kicks to Ellis. There's a good screen. And Splitter pulls it down. The Huskies leading by 9. Pass to Freak. Splitter sets a screen. Ford against Martin. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint.
Here is Jennings. Freak in at 2 guard. And it's Sims in at the 4. And Freak throws it down.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Here's Rush. Throws down the breakaway jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
What a game we've seen here for Freak. He's got 17 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Huskies.
Contested. hit shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Blair against Jennings. Feeds it to Freak. Shot on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. Nails it from the high post. Freak's got 10 points here in the second half.
You just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Ellis kicks to Rush. There's the screen. Blair dishes to Rush. Davis sets a screen. And the pass to Ellis. Puts up a three. And another miss by Texas.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Huskies.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And that one's good. Here's Jennings. The Huskies on offense. They're on a 14-4 run. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's the screen. And a wide open look for Freak. Misses the three. And Blair kicks to Rush. Davis sets a screen. And stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And so it's UConn with the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for joining. Welcome, everyone, to the final game of the college basketball season. Tonight, we will crown the winner of this year's tournament. And no matter what the outcome here tonight, what a ride it has been. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers taking on the Yukon Huskies.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball. High energy, lay it all out on the line for college hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Kaminsky out there with Decker. And it's Evans in at power forward. And the basket by Kaminsky.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Day kicks to Freak. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
Just 2 to shoot. Let's go. And that one comes up a bit short. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late, Clark. Last decade and a half have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
Second chance shot, and he hits the jump shot. Freak's got his second basket of the game. Here's the Badgers with the ball.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Payton. He's out there with Hawkins, and it's Conley in at the 3 side. Hawkins with it. Out defended by Freak. Hawkins passes to Conley. Payton outside. Back to Conley. And Walker kicks to Hawkins. 4 on the clock. And here's Conley outside. And it's Freak with the rebound. Now Posey. Pass to Freak. From deep. And that one's good. Freak's got 7.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Down low, here's Conley. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
1:30 left in the first half. Freak dishes to Joseph. Freak with it. He's got 7. Now here's Joseph.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
The Huskies on offense, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. They get the rebound. Simmons. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
Payton kicks to Hawkins. Outside Conley. Pass to Hawkins. The Badgers working the ball around now. Walker the pass to Conley. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins can't get that one to fall. The Huskies leading by 7. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Huskies shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, Freak. So both teams making some changes here. And both free throws good from Freak.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The shot by Evans, nobody around. No good on the buzzer. And so that brings the first half to a close. UConn leads by 9. And we'll see you. And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
Freak in a 2 guard, and it's Martin in at the 4 spot. And for the Badgers, they've got Decker. Hawkins is out there with Hill. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Evans in at the power forward position. The drive by Hill. It's blocked.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Freak dishes to Joseph. Here's Splitter. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Splitter's got his first 2 points.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding.
The Huskies leading by 15. Freak, he's in it shooting. Yeah.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Here's Hill. There's the screen. Hawkins kicks to Hill. With some arc. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Huskies.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Hill. Here's Freak. Good for his 6th make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
There's the pick. Hawkins passes to Hill. Huskies with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And with this lead, it looks like they'll hold on for the title. A special moment for everyone on the team. And really, what a year it's been for their star, Freak.
Yeah, very impressive considering everybody pinned their hopes on him to lead the team at the start of the season. And he hasn't disappointed. For all the hype that surrounded him, he lived up to all of it.
And that one's good. Freak.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Evans. The turnaround jumper. Count it.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Huskies.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. Kept the pressure on. And clearly, we're dominant in every area.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freak. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Hawkins kicks to Conley. The Badgers working the ball around now. And here's Hawkins. Just 5 on the clock. Wisconsin needs to get off a shot. Hill has the open look. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the...
And so it's UConn with the win. And what an incredible feeling it is for a team who's had to fight every step of the way. Right now, guys, there is no...
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
You bet's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the queen mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing, Mr. P?
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100% off the record. Didn't happen. We weren't even here. Capiche? Capiche means understand in Italian. Capiche?
Capiche.
Freak insisted that I have his entire family here. And I think it's great that he has a good support system around him. I've been doing this a very long time, and I work with some of the best. Now, let me rephrase that. I work with the best, and the best always seem to have a great support system around them. A family, if you will, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's cut to the chase. Leaving college early now and entering this year's NBA draft is the right move right now. And when you sign with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent, I will make sure you are well taken care of. I will make sure you are protected. With this freaking vibing, I love it, freaking vibing. This freaking vibing thing you do when you get hot freak, we're gonna make you more money off the court than you will on.
We already have endorsements and things like that in line, so.
Cece, I said we because we're gonna do this together. We're a team. We're Team Freak. But Freak, you need to be in the league first, right? That's why I'm here.
No, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Pagnotti, but like I told you before, I already promised my parents 4 years of college. That's a plan, man.
That's right.
Plans change, Freak. Listen. In life and in basketball, you need to adapt and change to the situation at hand. Now, even if you have the greatest coach and they draw up the greatest play and all the X's and O's make perfect sense on paper, you still need to react to what the defense shows you and then make your move. This is the right move. This is the right move now. And 4 years of college is a great plan for basically anybody. But you're not just anybody. You are the greatest collegiate talent I have ever seen shoot, dribble, pass, and defend a basketball my entire time on this great planet Earth. Now, Miss Martha, Mr. Pete, I have seen so many of the greats jump right from high school to the pros. Freak, you've at least experienced college. You know what that is. You've been there. You've done that. I am offering you now a chance at the experience of a lifetime. Do you know how many people would love to be in those Jordans right now?
Yeah, Freak, I mean, what if you get hurt? You remember how you came down on your ankle in that game earlier this year?
Oh, yeah, but that was nothing.
Right, we know it was nothing, but next time it could be something.
I saw that. Good game, but BAM! Just like that, and you could be flipping burgers. Well, maybe not flipping burgers. Maybe you're the manager or assistant manager at some burger joint. Maybe I do a favor and make a call, and you're a delivery boy at Sal's Famous Pizzeria. But the bottom line is you will be a long, long, long ways away from signing multi-million-dollar contracts with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent.
So it's all about the money, right?
When was it not all about the money?
Money isn't everything.
No, it isn't, sir, and no disrespect was meant. But, Freak, money is freedom. The freedom of choice, the freedom to live. Money is the difference between renting and owning, between being the waiter and being waited on. It's the difference between being the chauffeur or being chauffeured. Now, do you want to be a chauffeur? This here is a contract. This makes me your agent. Sign on the dotted line, and I will take you and your family to the promised land.
Like I said, Mr. Pagnotti, it's not all about the money.
Pete, let the man finish.
He made his point. He's finished. Aren't you finished?
I said my piece, but I know I'm right. You guys should talk.
Pete, what if Frequency does get hurt? Shouldn't he take this opportunity now?
What if the boy goes pro, gets hurt, and then doesn't have a college degree? Look how hard we work for him to get to where he is.
But college isn't for everybody. Pete, you didn't go.
That's why we work so hard for him.
Just saying. I mean, if he's ready to do this now as opposed to later, Pete, anything can happen.
You're right. Anything could happen. This is his future. This is his life.
You're not listening to me, Pete.
Not just a game.
All right, Mom, Pops. It's all right. Look, truth be told, I don't even know what I want to do right now.
I understand that.
Yeah, but I was talking to my boy Vic the other day.
Why?
And he was making a lot of sense. He thinks I should leave early, too.
You know what? I've kept quiet this whole time, and I also think that Freak should join the league. I think it's a great business decision, and I think that Mr. Pagnotti is absolutely right.
Thank you, Yvette.
You're welcome.
Now, Freak, I know for a fact that people have been talking about the company you keep, and you need to be careful. It could compromise what we're trying to do here.
What are you trying to say?
You know, your association with that guy Victor off the court, it could compromise your selection in a draft. As a matter of fact, I know it will. Do you realize the difference in dollars between being drafted first overall and 21st? You're talking tens of millions of dollars. You don't get it, do you? Cece, our first sneaker deal alone, you're talking a difference of a $50 to $100 million difference just by that. Number one, that's what we need. If I were not 1,000% convinced in my mind and in my heart that we could get you drafted first overall, I wouldn't be like this. This is the play. This is the move, Freak. You gotta listen to me.
I absolutely hear you, but who are they to tell me who I can't hang with my brother?
No, Freak, you need to listen to him. I've been telling you the same exact thing.
Mr. Dom, Frequency and Victor grew up together. They're best friends. We took the boy in and practically adopted him.
Martha, I told you that boy ain't nothing but trouble.
He's family.
Okay, but that's my boy, and he agrees with
It's
y'all.
not about agreeing with Vic. We're trying to prepare you for your future.
You know, but it is his future.
This is none of your business.
Excuse
Don't
me?
even
Wait,
know
Freak,
why.
you still have a decision to make. Sign with me, yes or no.
It's none of
Can
your
I-
business.
Yeah.
These managers.
Can I just interrupt
Your tone.
for 1 second? Everybody just settle down, please. Now, I appreciate you all taking the time in this heated discussion, but the truth of the matter is, there's only one person in the room that can make this decision. Now, son, you know how I feel.
Right.
Education is the most important thing in life, but this is your choice. It's not your mother's or your sister's or mine. It's not your girlfriend. It's not Mr. Pagnotti's. And it definitely ain't Victor's. This is your decision, son. So you tell us what you want to do.
I need 30 seconds, freak. Okay. I have 4 beautiful children, and I want each of them to go to college and graduate. But if you walked up to any one of those 4 children right now and said, I will give you a contract that's worth $100, $200, $300 million, I would say, bypass college. You can always go back. I want you to graduate. I want you to get your doctorate. I want to call you Dr. Freak, but you need to understand this. Now, you can go all over this beautiful country that we live in and go into any of the major universities. You will find people that are 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years old, and you will find them graduating. But if you live to be 500 years old, you will never see ever somebody 40, 50, 60 years old being drafted from college into the NBA. We need to strike while the iron is hot. This is your life. We will get you drafted first overall. You will be up there with all the big names. I'm not talking first rounder. I'm talking first overall. Listen to me. This is what I do. I am the best at what I do.
You have had
Nobody
your 30
is better.
seconds plus.
Miss Martha, I am sorry. You just
Mr.
need to
Pagnotti,
understand.
would you please let my wife speak?
I apologize.
Frequency. Baby, what do you want to do?
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Cece go through this contract, front to back. I'm going to think about it, sleep on it, pray on it, and I will call you in the morning.
All right. Listen, Mr. Pete, Miss Martha, it was a pleasure meeting the two of you over telephone, and I look forward to meeting you both in person. Remember, everybody, this meeting never took place. We weren't even here. Capiche?
Capiche.
Okay.
All right, Mom, Pops, I'm going to call you guys later. I love you.
Love you,
I
son.
love you too, son. Bye. We met working at the post office together. Mark was the clerk, and I was a carrier. And I asked her out to lunch one time and take her for a bagel around the corner from where we worked.
A bagel?
A bagel, yeah.
With cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Split down the middle?
Split down the middle. Love at first sight.
Yeah?
I believe that. It was true. It happened to me.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky. With the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay. With the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select the shooting guard from the University of Connecticut.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibrations. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Ma. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady Yvette, my dude Vig.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, Harlem in the building all day, yo.
Aye.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you in town.
Man, he's like my brother. Oh, gosh. And also, want to thank my sister, Cece, who is also my manager. Swish, love you.
I love you more.
And my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti himself.
You're the man, baby.
I guess I will take some questions now. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the nickname Freak?
A lot of people don't know this, but Freak is short for my very first nickname, Frequency Vibrations.
Yeah, true story. I like to introduce our mother so she could tell it. Go ahead. Get her, Mama.
Tell her, Mama.
Go get her, Mom.
Thank you, everyone. Frequency and Cece are fraternal twins. And so when I was pregnant, one of them kept kicking and jumping around all the time. So my husband, Pete, put headphones on my belly and played reggae music.
Hence the name Frequency Vibrations.
We shortened it to Freak.
How did you know who was kicking?
A mother knows. A mother always knows.
Are you ready for a photo op?
Yes. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next NBA superstar, Frequency Vibrations.
Go ahead, son.
Thank you all for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones in the back. Good job. Well done.
Congratulations, son.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong. And do my best to represent Harlem.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Completely new group on the floor. And what a big moment here. We get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
On the floor for Detroit, Freak in a two-guard. Aaron Baines out there with Johnson. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the three. Detroit shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And he makes the first. And there you have it, folks. The very first NBA bucket from Freak.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem, his first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
At the well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. Seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs. I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Jennings kicks to Meeks. Here's Drummond. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Horford. He feeds it to T. 1:51 left in the first half. Here's Horford, and that one hits back iron. Pistons trail by 4. Freak with it. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Freak's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Korver kicks to T. Back to Korver. No luck. The Pistons go the other way with it. Jennings dishes to Freak. .106 left in the first half of the game. And Drummond kicks to Jennings. It's stolen by T. And now it's Cephalosha running. He can go all the way. Korver passes to Horford. Two open that time. Made it look too easy. Horford's got the lead up to 4 now for Atlanta. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Match up. Match up. Match up. Match up.
35 seconds left to play in the first half.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Jennings dishes to Freak. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And he gets it to go. Millsap's got 5 points so far.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Hawks on top. They're up by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Splitter's checked in for Atlanta. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Kyle Korver. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Freak's checked in. They've got Cephalosha. Paul Millsap out there with Splitter. Then there's Teague. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And it's Freak missing. The Hawks leading by 10.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Atlanta.
Clark, the differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
They made the defense adjust by moving the ball like that, and there was no answer for it.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Millsap. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Schroeder with the ball. Morris is there. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Freak. Good.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And so the Hawks take the win. Some good moments.
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, and some.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
On the floor for the visiting Detroit Pistons. At small forward, Stanley Johnson. At the other forward position, Ersan Ilyasova. At shooting guard, Jody Meeks.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Young. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Ilyasova. Freaks checked in for Meeks, and it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings. On the court for the Pistons, Freak in at shooting guard. Aaron Baines out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jackson in at the point guard position. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Earlier, I spoke with Coach Lionel Hollins. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup, their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
You know, sounds like they'd like to keep this a low-scoring affair. This could be one of those grind-it-out kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W, and that's what you're playing for.
Injuries have certainly taken their toll on Bargnani, culminating in disaster last season. Greg suiting up for only 29 games, the fewest ever in his career.
Yeah, I mean, he had a series of leg injuries, the hammy, the calf. Really unfortunate part about it is that he has so much talent, but yet really to develop that on the floor because of all the issues.
Morris kicks to Freak. The rebound by the Nets. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounding to me is all about heart, the willingness to get in there and mix it up, do your work early, get to that inside position. And I didn't see any of that fight from them.
From the baseline. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Jackson kicks to Freak. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And he gets the bucket.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
The Nets with the lead. Pass to Ellington from past the arc. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Ellington's got 7.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
There's Freak. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Larkin kicks to Robinson. Joe Johnson on the wing. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Freak. Ellington defending. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
And a quick review looking at some numbers here for Johnson. Averaging about 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Pistons. Larkin dishes to Bargnani. There's a screen by Robinson. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Bargnani. 6 points for Johnson.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Clock at 6. Now here's Freak. Ellington defending. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Larkin. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Nets out in front as they end the first quarter with a massive 16. And Nets head coach Lionel Hollins known for his no-nonsense style. Group substitution here for Brooklyn. Robinson's checked in for Bargnani. Johnson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Larkin in for Jarrett Jack. Johnson is out there with Thomas Robinson. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Ellington in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. It's good. This game is all even. Here's Larkin. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer Ellington, and good on the basket. Book it. Ellington's got 10 points in the game.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Freak. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Johnson against Johnson. Takes the 13-footer. Rebounded by the Pistons. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Here's Freak. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Freak's got 10 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. You can't have
it. Johnson down low. Johnson's there. 5 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Morris a screen. Freak. No good. The Nets go the other way with it. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
And stolen by Freak. 1:16 left now here in the second.
Move the ball. Stick it to block.
Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Freak's got 6 here in this quarter.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
Johnson against Johnson. For 3, Ellington. Can't hit. The Pistons trailing. Jackson passes to Freak. Outside for Jackson. The dish to Freak. Just 5 on the clock. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Nice open look, but it's no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
And it's Freak missing. Here's Larkin. Unloads from 13. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Nets out in front, leading by a point. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I've got Joe, and you started out with a great first half and seemed to have that extra boost in your game tonight. Did you feel you needed to take on a bigger role?
I'm just trying to be more assertive.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. And a new group in for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Johnson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Larkin in for Jarrett Jack. On the floor for Detroit, Freak. He's in at shooting guard. Marcus Morris is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Larkin can't get it to go.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
And Detroit last season against the East played well for stretches. They couldn't find that consistency to climb the ladder in the East.
And they had a lot of changes going on, tons of transition for this group. But let's face it, they did play well down the stretch. A lot of wins against playoff teams from the East, and went 500 against Eastern playoff teams in their final 10 matchups.
He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Larkin's got 5. Jackson kicks to Freak. Here's the screen. Lets it go from the wing, and he hits the jumper for 2. Freak's got the lead up to 14 now for Detroit.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Young outside. Back to Bargnani. Rebound by the Pistons.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Morris a screen. Here's Freak. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Move the ball.
A minute 20 left in the third quarter. Freak dishes to Jackson. They get it back. Shot's good by Baines. Baines has got his first bucket in this one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it, and that one's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Larkin. He kicks it to Ellington. Up again. Bargnani cleans up the mess with the savage putback flush.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Caldwell-Pope kicks to Freak. Feeds it to Morris. Dishes it to Baines. The shot from the low post is good. Baines has got 6 points.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Larkin, the pass to Bargnani. With 4 seconds on the clock, no good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And we welcome you back as we get going here on the floor. Brooklyn making some changes. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Bargnani. Young is subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Freak's checked in for Detroit. Robinson is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Young. Then it's Johnson. And it's Bogdanovich in at point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Nets trail by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. The kick out to Young. Johnson, a wide open look. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Detroit leading by 12. Outside Jennings. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with the chance to win.
Exactly, because they've made enough plays to keep it close. And as a result, they're still in it.
Jarrett Jack is checked in for Brooklyn. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. And, well, Detroit shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Here's Freak. And he uses the glass on the layup. Freak's got 10 points here in the second half.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
The pass to Bogdanovich. And a miss there on the triple. And for the Pistons, they're shooting it pretty well, close to 50%.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Pistons.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
Yeah, they did. Their depth is really one of their greatest attributes.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Andre Drummond. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Freak dishes to Johnson. Intercepted. Here's Bogdanovich. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
Elbow shot is on the way. And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Brandon Jennings.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played.
Hey. The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond. For some guys, a double-double is a great night, but he makes it a regular occasion, and it's an occasion his teammates never get tired of seeing. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, Freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, Freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, Freak. I wasn't poor. upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the 6th man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.